So, Ariel, Benzi mentions Hamas. When you went into Gaza, as he did in 2014 with Israeli Special Forces, did you think you were going in to punish Hamas, finish Hamas, protect Israel? Was that the goal? And did you come home feeling victorious? Did you feel like job done?
That's a good question. So definitely coming in, I was already questioning my role in the occupation after participating in many missions in the West Bank that kind of disturbed me, basically dominating millions of Palestinians in the West Bank in different ways. So I was already questioning it, but I felt like this is the moment I was trained for, to enter Gaza. You know, there they want to kill us. They're fighters, they're terrorists. And I did enter with a feeling that this is what I was trained for, and I'm going to protect Israel. But we didn't have a mission to finish Hamas. The mission was to conquer the neighborhood of neighborhood in Bet Hanun in order to defend a technical unit that was supposed to destroy offensive tunnels underneath the neighborhood. So the mission wasn't to destroy Hamas, but it was to teach them a lesson they'll never forget, maybe. And leaving Bet Hanun, the neighborhood that I spent together with Benzi 2 weeks in was left completely destroyed. It looked like the most apocalyptic image I've seen. And as we were looking at the planes dropping bombs on the neighborhood, I actually felt a relief. I wasn't horrified by what I was seeing, because I was just happy that I'm alive and my teammates are alive, my comrades. But immediately afterwards, when I come back home and I saw the celebrations and kind of how fast everybody moved on, and just celebrated this fake, false sense of victory, I became very disturbed. By what I've seen, it started to haunt me. I'm not a professional or a expert on war crimes. I'm a researcher. I do activism, but I don't know if it's a war crime, but destroying a whole neighborhood and all the buildings that we've seen and been inside for no apparent clear reason seems to me, I don't know if it's a war crime or not according to international law, but it seems like a crime. It seems like something that I am ashamed that I took part in.
Benzi, Ariel says there he's ashamed of what he took part in. I'm watching TikTok videos coming out of Gaza right now from Israeli soldiers who were your age when you served in 2014. They are doing TikToks of wearing Palestinian women's lingerie that they're finding in their houses, ransacking their homes, mugging for the cameras and smiling as they blow up schools and universities and empty homes and who knows who's in the homes. What do you make of what's going on with Israeli soldiers on the ground? How do we describe what we're seeing in these TikTok videos?
Yeah, you know, I've seen the clips, and honestly, you know, if that was the only problem, it really wouldn't bother me as much as the fact that, you know, over probably 25 to maybe 30,000 Palestinian civilians have been killed by airstrikes. You know, if that number was, you know, a tiny fraction of that, or if there was some kind of long-term goal to defeat Hamas, you know, I would, you know, be able to kind of forgive these images of illicit activity or improper conduct. To me, the focus on the fact that we're fighting an entire war, we're destroying an entire community, millions of people who are suffering starvation, and you know, with no strategic goal to prevent this from happening again. Hamas is returning to the areas that have been defeated. You know, it wouldn't bother me so much.
But Benzi, isn't there an interconnection, though, between the bombing and the lack of a strategic goal and these videos? Because these videos show us that ordinary Israelis, not politicians, not Smotrich or Ben-Gvir, but ordinary young Israelis going into Gaza basically don't see Palestinians as human. There's a dehumanizing effect that those videos illustrate that kind of explains everything else about this war.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that the dehumanization of Palestinians is so endemic in Israeli society for so many years, and has kind of been supported and not really called out by supposedly Israel's allies.